All right, it's my pleasure right now to be joined by one of the biggest names in country music and popular music altogether, multi-platinum artist Lee Brice. Lee, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Lee, a big night coming up Sunday, November the 7th at the Cajundome in Lafayette. I grew up in the Lafayette area, a little town called Milton, but huge show coming up. And I tell you what, Lee, if I was a baseball manager and if I had a lineup of Lee Brice, Randy Houser, Colt Ford, DJ Silver, we'd be hitting a lot of home runs and scoring lots of runs. What a lineup for a great cause.
It really is. I mean, I'm actually, a lot of times we play music and get on the same bill as some other artists. We might know them a little bit or this or that, but like all of these guys, we're all great friends. And we've known each other for, 20 years, ever since we all came to town. And so it's really cool to all of us be able to be on the same gig, get the same bill, get out there and be there for the same reason. And we're going to have a great time, and we're going to raise some money, and we're going to, do the best we can to help out with the relief fund around there. Where I'm from in South Carolina, I got experience with, kind of how life is, at these moments, whenever there's no water, no power, no electricity. And I mean, my daddy was a lineman, he worked for the power company. And so when Mike was talking about us doing this show for this, we were all in.
And I like the concept too, Lee, of a Sunday evening show. Here in Louisiana, Friday night, high school football is a big deal. Saturday, college football is a big deal. And Sunday on November the 7th, the Saints play the Falcons at noon. Okay, so the Saints beat the Falcons.
So we're safe. We're safe.
That's it. About 3 o'clock, the Saints game will be over. Make your way to the Cajundome. And really, it says a 5 o'clock start, so people can bring their kids. I'm sure they'll be back at a good hour to go to school and go to work on Monday and have a good time.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun. And, we want to raise awareness and make sure everybody knows that there's still stuff going on there, so there's still a reason to come to town and visit and support. But then also, just for the concert, for the folks around there, get their mind off of it for a minute, go have a good time. But I think that we're going to try to do it all.
And Lee, the Cajundome is about 10,000 seats, I think. And just doing some quick math in my head, man, if people show up, you guys could raise a ton of money for people in South Louisiana.
Yeah, we're excited about that part of it. Like I said, it's kind of near and dear to our hearts. We've been through it, and it's easy to it's all easy to fall in line whenever that's the case. And so, yeah, we're loving the fact that that possibly that many people can be there and that much money can be raised, and anything we can do. And so for us to be able to go out there and play music and raise money, I mean, it's awesome for us. We get to go do what we love, but we also get to give back.
Well, it's good to see that there's no drama backstage. You guys all get along, right? It's like, hey, Lee, you headline, man. We don't care, whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, man, I don't want to go after you, Randy. You just wait. Now let me go first. I want to get home.
And what a great career you've had. Around 20 or more charting singles, 7 number ones. A Woman Like You, Hard to Love, Rumor, your duet with Carly Pearce. I hope you're happy now. How do you reflect on your career? You first charted around 2007, and even your biggest hits have come recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a grind. You were talking about football earlier. It's a lot of things in football kind of relate to that. It's like you don't quit. And it's always been, it feel like it's the fourth quarter. You feel like it's overtime. You don't feel like you got anything left, but you just got to keep putting that foot in front of the next and believe that you can do this. We can win. And that's what we've been doing since the very beginning. And we're still doing it now. It's still the same to us. We get out there and we work hard, or else somebody else is going to outwork you, and that's just kind of comes from family roots. And that mentality is still what I bring to the table every show. And every time I go to the studio, I'm like, or I'll go write a song. I want to outdo what I did the last time. I want to make myself better. And that's the only way I think you can compete right now. There's so many folks in this world that can get music out there, and that there's even more competition these days than there ever was. And so I got to make sure I'm up on the horse getting it done.
Yeah, you bring up a good point there. I guess now more than ever, the live performance is so important to musicians. You've been able to sell. I saw a recent interview where it says you've got 2 billion listens online, but for a lot of people, they're just not seeing money in terms of selling their product. They got to get out there and perform, huh?
Yeah, you got to get out there and perform, and even just the way record deals and stuff are set up. Unless you're out there playing, the artist is not able to really make any money, and so pay their bills. And so, yeah, that the last year and a half was rough, trying to, I've got a band that's been with me for 15, 16 years. And, there was no money coming in. It was tough. But we all got through it. They supported me. I supported them. We always have. And so we're a family, but it was a rough time. And so now, as soon as it kind of got to where there was a lot of places we could go play, buddy, we've been playing. We've been gone.
You've been itching to get out there, and now you are. That's great. And I'm always fascinated too, Lee, about writing songs for other people. In 2007, I guess when you're breaking for the first time, you get a call from Garth Brooks, says he wants to record your song "More Than a Memory," which went #1. Can you take me back to that moment when you're on the phone with a legend like that?
Yeah, that was a crazy moment. He was a major part of my influences when I was coming up. I was writing songs when I first was kind of introduced to him, via the radio. Got my first little alarm clock radio, and I wasn't listening to just my daddy's music, which I grew up on, and my roots come from gospel and in a little older school country stuff and vocal band stuff, and so when I heard Garth, and it was a huge deal to me, and I gravitated towards those stories and how animated he was, and hearing about the live shows and all that stuff. And so then to get a call from him, my hero, once I had, just been in town a few years, and that he wanted to record a song I wrote. I've been writing songs since I was 9, 10 years old. And that was the time when I found him. It was just surreal at that moment to hear him on the phone. He's like, "Hey, Lee, this is Garth." I'm like, "Garth who?" Like, what do you mean, Garth? It was really special. And the song was something that I had planned on putting out on my own, for my record. But, when your hero calls and you're broke as a joke, and he wants to record it, and he's the biggest artist on the planet, you just say, "Yes, sir, absolutely."
Yeah. And then as you're breaking, I guess, then becomes the internal struggle. In 2011, you're really starting to hit it big. And then Eli Young records your song "Crazy Girl," which went #1 as well. There's a guy named Kevin Griffin here. He's the lead singer of Better Than Ezra. He's written songs for Sugarland and Taylor Swift. And he talked about in my band, "Hey, man, save that for us. Why'd you give it to them?" So is there any of that goes on too?
There's some of that stuff every now and then. There's we write songs all the time, and so you get to a point where you can write a good song every day. You get up, you get good at something. It's like building a house. You get good at it, you're going to build a good house every day. But then when it comes to songs, there's sometimes those special days, that special moment when something just randomly extra special comes out. And on top of that, maybe it's something that you just identify with really, really personally. And those are the songs I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold on to this for me for now, because like we said, we've got a lot of competition out there. We've got to make sure that I got stuff in the hole waiting to rock, and people want more and more music these days. So, and I got plenty of it, but I always squirrel away a few special ones.
There you go. Lee, I'm also fascinated too about when you form a set list. How does a band go about forming a set list? When you're a one-hit wonder, that's a bad problem, right? We got to build a whole show around one song, but when you've got so much material, I think I heard one artist describe it as "get out alive" songs. I got to perform these songs or I don't get out alive. Yeah. So do you backstage, "Hey, an hour before the show, this is what we're doing," or how do you go about doing that?
We a lot of times, we kind of have a pretty close idea of like over the years, I've been playing with the same band, same guys, a lot of the same songs, until recently. Got a few new ones in there. But you find in time that certain songs just feel good after another song or before another song or as an opening song, and so those start to clump together and you start to just feel that happen. And so whenever you maybe move a song, you're going to move 2 or 3 at the same time because they just happen to feel good together. And it's nice. So, you're always thinking about that, but it's also nice to get the new stuff in there and to switch it up because, we're playing the same songs every night. Sometimes we'd like to switch it up just for our own fun. We like to make it and keep it loose and keep it fun for us up there on the stage that do it every night. But yeah, it's, you don't want to bore anybody. You know what I mean? You want to get up there and rock out but save those moments. It's like, I always look at it like a roller coaster. I want to be able to take everybody up the mountain, and I want to be able to come down and have them grab my guitar, even, just me and my guitar, and have a moment with them. And I kind of look at it like a roller coaster ride. I want them to get off of their kind of leave there a little breathless and going, wow, that was a heck of a ride,
That's awesome, man. Perfect. A few more things with the great Lee Brice. So I see you went to Clemson. I'm a sportscaster here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the LSU Tigers. We went head to head with you guys a couple years ago. LSU got the better of that one. But are you a big Clemson fan? And LSU's looking for a new head coach. Dabo Swinney, he wouldn't leave for LSU, would he?
First of all, no, he ain't going nowhere. Dabo is such a great guy. Second, yes, I'm a huge Clemson fan. Actually, I played football there a couple of years. That was one of my lifelong dreams, along with music. And so I played there a couple of years and met that goal and that dream. And that's kind of when I got hurt, it was like, all right, so this is that sign. Now it's time to go do what I was kind of put here to do. And that's when I went and visited Nashville. But yeah, my blood bleeds orange for sure. And yeah, that wasn't fun the other year. Letting the Tigers meet the Tigers.
Well, you guys have had your share of national titles too, so I think everyone's gotten to eat as the
That's right. Say. That's right.
Well, let's circle back to this once again, man. Randy Houser. I mean, How Country Feels, Running Out of Moonlight, Good Night Kiss, the songs he's had. Colt Ford. Years ago, I was on YouTube and stumbled across his song Waffle House, and me and my friends just thought, man, what a genius guy to make a hit song called Waffle House, a country rapper.
He is exactly that, man. He is a genius guy. He's a great guy, big heart, extremely talented, energetic. So he gets on that stage, buddy, hold on tight because he's going to rock you. And, like I said, Randy's one of the best singers you'll ever hear live. And so, in fact, I don't like to follow him. I'd rather him be after me. So
do you guys kick yourself in the butt a little bit? I mean, does that make the performance better?
Yeah. I mean, he's like me, we grew up athletes, competitors, but we also, obviously, we've always supported each other. We want each other to succeed, but we also, I got to step up my game when I get around Randy, you know what I mean? And I think you might feel the same way. And Colt Ford, I mean, we're all good old boys, that's what good old boys do,
Yeah, and then DJ Silver, a very popular country disc jockey. I guess when you and I were growing up, we didn't pay money to go watch a DJ, right? But kids are doing this these days. They're packing the house to see somebody spin records or whatever.
They really are, but I've learned, as even producing my records and stuff, and hearing different versions and making different versions of stuff. I've gotten to know that world a little bit, and there's so much that you don't really realize that those DJs, how good they are at what they do. Mm-hmm. And so I've found a whole new appreciation for that over the last few years, just being able to dig into it and getting to know DJ Silver, getting to know him, even just that has really just changed my perspective on what I knew about that. But he's awesome. He always knows exactly what to play, when to play it, and how to play it. And he's just an entertainer. So like I said, everybody on that lineup, man, we're going to have a ball.
Yeah. The second you think something's easy, it's not. The good ones make it look easy.
That's right.
And DJ Silver does that. All right. So in conclusion here, Sunday, November the 7th at the Cajundome in Lafayette, it's the great Lee Brice, Randy Houser, Colt Ford, DJ Silver, all performing to help Louisiana hurricane victims. And just want to compliment you, man, for doing this and making a sacrifice.
Absolutely. Well, we're really glad to be able to come and do anything. I know it's just a little something there. There's so much to be done there. There's a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort. It's got to be before everything's back to normal. But we're just glad to be a small part, and we're gonna try to have fun while we're there, and let everybody else have fun too. So we're excited about it, and I appreciate you having me this morning.
Thank you, Lee. Keep the hits coming, man. We appreciate it.
Okay, Bo. Talk to you later.